Hey everyone, I just want to make a little video today to go through ultramarathon training, how it's been going for me, and kind of explain the process so far of what I'm doing and how it's been going. So I'm going to go ahead and share this little document really quick. Well, actually, before I do that, I'll just kind of explain what I'm training for and why I'm doing it. So I have this 100-mile race coming up in June called the Kettle Moraine 100-miler. It's about less than 10 weeks out now, actually. It's going to be on June 9th. Up in kind of middle of Wisconsin on the Ice Age Trail. So I've been training up for that. Why did I get into ultra running? I mean, it's kind of a little complicated, I guess, but I would say the main reason is just trying to kind of push my limits of what I can do and extend what I think is possible. I guess I never really was a runner up until about 2 years ago. I had never really ran more than 4 or 5 miles at once as of probably April of 2022, and recently, within the past 2 years, I've kind of slowly but surely got more into running. I did my first marathon in November of 2022, actually all by myself. I just ran it from my parents' house in the suburbs down to Chicago, and then I did the Chicago Marathon last fall, so October of 2023, and now I'm taking on a new challenge of my first ultra marathon, my first 100-mile race this June. So I'm really excited for it, but I want to just kind of give you guys a sense of what I'm doing with the training in case you're interested in running an ultra marathon, just so you have a sense of what to expect and how to do it. So here is the schedule, my training schedule that I look at pretty much every single day to figure out what I'm supposed to do. So we're currently on week 19. Well, we currently just finished up week 19 in the program here, so this blue highlighted week. But we're actually a week behind. We're actually a week ahead. So actually what we're going to do here is we're going to squeeze in another week. So we have weeks 20 and 21 here in white, which means build. So white on this program means build. Blue means cutback. Where these cutback weeks, the build weeks, the idea is to kind of slowly ramp up the mileage so that we're ready to handle running 100 miles in one sitting. Obviously not a small feat, but the blue weeks are kind of to give your body a chance to recover between like kind of building cycles that get more and more and more intense. So basically we started the program a week early, so we're a week ahead. We're going to hit week 19 as a build week here. So we're going to do probably somewhere in the 60-mile range total, kind of roughly following the script of week 18, except we're not going to do another 50K. We're probably just going to do a 20 to 22-mile run on this coming Saturday, and then kind of build up from there. But yeah, guys, so basically the idea here, as you can see kind of how it's laid out. By the way, I got this just from a free website called Relentless Forward Commotion, and you can go online, you can search this program. You can just search like free 100-mile training program and find this pretty easily. But basically this is a good one. This is for first-timers like myself, just how to kind of, with the goal of just finishing the thing and not necessarily trying to set like a time PR or anything like that. But basically the way this is set up, so this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday block here is pretty similar week to week. The idea here is just to kind of get some medium distance runs in, somewhere, the 8 to kind of 12-mile range. I say medium distance, I realize for a lot of people listening that might be a lot, but, as you kind of go and build your way up to a heavier mileage, what your perception of what's a short and what's a long run kind of becomes a little bit skewed. So I'll say medium in air quotes distance here of like 8 to 12 miles or so on Tuesday, Thursday. And then usually Wednesdays we'll do either a speed workout or a hill workout or some combination of both. The intent of those is to build up some anaerobic strength and capacity there. Obviously, a 100-miler is mainly an aerobic event. So it's not like a super max effort event. It's a lower heart rate event generally, but it still pays to have that anaerobic capacity built up and to do that speed training because it actually increases the speed of even your lower effort runs. So as an example, if you're able to take your 1 mile time down from 6 minutes to 5:30, let's say, then your longer, slower runs that maybe you would normally run at a 10-minute pace, now maybe 9:30 or 9 minutes is still easier at that same kind of level of effort, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the intent of these days during the week. And then on the weekends is kind of where it gets interesting. So generally the format here is long run followed by medium to longer distance run. So basically, right, like you can see 2 weeks ago, this week 18, I hit a 50K, and then I hit a shorter run on that Sunday, 45 minutes. Actually, that's kind of a bad example of a week because a 50K is already pretty long. Let's see, like, if we look at like week 15 here, we hit a 22-mile run, and then we went and hit a 2-hour run on the next day. And for that 2-hour run, I can't remember, but it was probably somewhere around like 12, 13 miles, maybe like a half marathon type of distance. So the thinking with that is you're building up a high number of total miles. So obviously, like the total mileage per week, that's kind of the biggest variable. If you're not getting in the total mileage, then you're not going to be prepared for a 100-mile distance. So it's just kind of the pretty straightforward, pretty plain and simple. But the idea with the back-to-back longer runs is that on the second day, it's kind of training you to run on tired legs, right? So obviously, over the course of 100 miles, your legs are inevitably going to get pretty tired, and you're going to have to continue to push forward as you kind of get more and more increasingly tired as the race goes on. So the idea with that is this kind of second longer run trains you. Maybe your muscles are a little sore, you got the shin splints, you're just a little fatigued from the day prior. Going out and kind of training your body to put in another longer run on that day really pays big dividends when it comes to doing the actual race. So that's kind of the setup of this program. As you can see here, there are some of these days that are just labeled rest. What I'm actually doing on those rest days is not resting. I typically will go and do a strength workout on those days. It's very important to have a strength workout in there as an ultra runner, even if you don't really see yourself as like a hybrid athlete, or if you don't compete in powerlifting or anything like I do, right? For me, the big motivator is honestly competing in powerlifting and wanting to maintain my strength even during this very run-heavy block that I'm on right now. But even if you don't care about that, doing the strength training is important for just your overall running performance and injury prevention, right? It's a little hard to kind of picture in your head potentially, but strength training is actually a very, very good way to prevent injury and improve performance, right? Stronger muscles tend to be more durable. They tend to perform better. It's to be able to propel you forward faster using less energy. All of these are good things, and they tend to be able to endure more pounding, more up and down, which all of these are good things when it comes to running a very far distance. So that's why I have those strength blocks in there. A lot of runners will do them where they'll kind of do on the same day, like a 2-a-day workout where they'll do a strength session in the morning and a run in the evening, or maybe vice versa, run in the morning, strength session in the evening. Personally, I don't really like to go that route. I just think it's a little bit more time efficient to just do things on separate days and just have like a longer workout on Monday or like a longer workout on Friday, which is what I've been doing. So for example, like what I'm doing right now is Monday is squat and deadlift, so kind of like legs back, and then Friday is chest and upper body. And again, normally those would be on like all would be separate days. Like chest would be one day, upper body would be, arms would be another day, shoulders would be another day, bench press or squat would be one day, and then like deadlift would be another day. Like all of that would normally be spread out, but just by nature of this program, it's actually funny because I've gone from like 5 days a week strength training and like minimal days running to 5 days a week running and only 2 days strength training over the course of the past year or so. But basically the point of that is, we're not necessarily going to be setting PRs or anything. I think my strength on pretty much all of my lifts is down a little bit right now, which is kind of to be expected given how much fucking running I'm doing. But basically, just maintaining strength as well as I can is the name of the game. So like today, for example, was Monday, so I did squats and deadlifts, both heavy, and both of them I could tell I was a bit behind where my strength normally is on those movements. And then after you kind of hit those core lifts of squat and deadlift, the rest of my workout was made up of kind of sport specific, running specific type of movements. So, for example, today I hit reverse lunges and what was the other one? Single leg RDLs. So reverse lunges and single leg RDLs, both barbell loaded exercises. So I hit, actually, it's funny because I'm doing the same weight on both. Both those I hit 225 for, 5 reps a side on each. And I'll actually go ahead and show this reverse lunge workout from today in case anyone's a little curious on how that works or what that exercise actually looks like. But reverse lunges I kind of have a love-hate relationship with. They are a great movement for developing single leg power and stability, but they suck to do. So it's you kind of have to force yourself to do it. But by the end, once you're done with them, you really will see all the benefits. In particular, like injury prevention and also like single leg strength and stability, coordination, things like that. Those really go a long way when it comes to running. So. And both of those really train that, the RDLs and the reverse lunges. Anyway, so that's kind of the training setup there. And the kind of what's next here for these few weeks. So, like I said before, we've kind of just been slowly building up the mileage here. Last week, or actually 2 weeks ago now, on I think it was March 23rd or 24th, I hit that 50K. So that was the first time running. That was my first ultramarathon ever, actually, was that 50K. It wasn't like an official race or anything. Me and my dad just went out into the woods, onto a trail, and got that run done. But basically, the time with that, it wasn't amazing. I think I ran in like 5 hours and 35 minutes or something. It was about a 10:30 or 10:40 pace, which is nothing to write home about. But like I said before, like the main objective here is just building the miles and continuing to push into higher and higher mileages. So that was why I hit that 50K. And as you can see here, coming up in a few more weeks, we have a 50-mile race. So according to the schedule, at least. So I couldn't actually find any races that go that week. Based on the program, like I said, we're squeezing another week in here before week 20. Kind of week 19.5, I guess you could say. So week 23, we're supposed to hit a 50-mile race. I might actually make that into a 100K, but I couldn't find any races that coincide with that week. I believe it's the first week of May. So what we're going to do instead is just go and do another run on our own with like self-supported, have like a car set up with food or something, and use that as like an aid station. But that's going to be probably the first real challenge that I've had to this point. The 50K was hard, but there wasn't really much of a doubt that I'd be able to finish the thing. 100K will be definitely a real challenge, or even a 50-miler would be a real challenge. But I think it'll be a good way to kind of test ourselves before the 100-mile race and continue to kind of build up the mileage there too. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the challenge there. But yeah, in the meantime, the goal next few weeks is just continuing to build up the mileage and continuing to push, continuing to build. So that's where we're at, guys. And by the way, if any of you at all are interested in learning more about ultra training, or if you're interested in just building up your strength in general or getting in better shape in general, I do offer a one-on-one coaching program where I teach you, exactly what you need to do as far as strength training, nutrition, workouts, etc. Whether your goal is to go and run 100 miles, or maybe whether your goal is only to go get up off the couch and run 1 mile straight without stopping. Whatever your goal might be, I have plans and programs that can help you get you there. So if you're interested in all of my one-on-one coaching program, go ahead and click that link in the bio that I listed there to set up some time to chat. But either way, I really hope you guys got a lot out of this video. This is actually my first YouTube video that I've done where it's just me talking into the mic pretty much. My first kind of long form of this style, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. Otherwise, if you're interested in the coaching program, feel free to click the link below, and hopefully we can chat soon. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.